Hey there, I'm Katie from Life Fluent, and welcome to another episode of In the Know, Life Fluent sex education series where no topics are off limits. Today, we're going to be talking about something that is super prevalent in our world, but is rarely talked about openly. Let me give you some hints. 46% of men report doing this weekly, and 16% of women do the same. Still not sure what we're talking about? How about this? Reportedly, 1/4 or 25% of the internet searches are about this. I think you've probably guessed it by now. Today we're going to be talking about pornography, or porn for short. Now, if it's a significant portion of the internet, and potentially half of the world is engaging in it, then it must be pretty safe, right? Well, it depends. Today we're going to focus on the it depends part and allow you to decide for yourself by the end. So let's start with the big question. Why do people watch porn? And I really want you to think about this. I want you to go beyond some of the obvious answers, and I want you to really write down your thoughts for this question on question number 1. Here are some of the responses that I've received. And the most obvious reason is it feels good and it turns you on. But here are some other reasons. Some people say it gives them new ideas for sexual positions or activities. Others say that they're just curious and want to know more about sex, like what they don't like or what they do like. And some people want to explore fantasies and desires that they feel uncomfortable talking about or expressing. Others say it just relaxes them. Another reason is wanting to learn how to please a partner or, quote, do sex the right way. So these are some of the reasons people turn to porn. But today I want us to examine whether those reasons for turning to porn are statistically getting people the results that they want. So let's start with the it feels good answer. And if you're looking to feel good, porn can do that. It's immediate and it doesn't require any effort. You type in a few words and within seconds your brain is flooded with dopamine and happy hormones and you got what you wanted. But what happens afterwards? Your dopamine levels drop below where they were before. And the next time you need a different video or something to get that same effect. This isn't unique to porn. It happens with sugar and potentially other addictive substances. It's not that porn should be banned, much like sugar shouldn't be taken completely off the shelf. It's just that people need to be aware if they choose to watch it. It's a hook. Let's move to another reason why people might turn to porn. It turns you on. And once again, porn is effective at doing this. Your brain is a learning mechanism, and when you frequently, or even semi-frequently, watch porn, you are training your brain to be aroused by watching other people have sex. This rewards your brain with more dopamine than an actual sex. But why? Because each porn video is new and perceived by the brain as a new partner or a new experience, whereas real-life sex might not always feel as stimulating. The catch is that watching porn doesn't necessarily translate to being aroused in real life, and can in fact have the opposite effects in some cases. There was a large study done by Cambridge University Press in 2022 that followed over 100,000 people. It found that higher porn use among male participants led to lower levels of sexual competence, impaired sexual functioning, and decreased partner-reported sexual satisfaction. So what does that mean? It means that the men's ability to get and stay aroused, maintain a healthy sexual relationship, and have open conversation about desires, boundaries, and fantasies decreased the more they consumed porn, and the earlier that they started watching it. Now here's something that's super interesting. According to that study, those same effects were not found exactly for women. In many cases, women who watched porn reported higher levels of sexual self-competence, improved sexual functioning. But why is this? One theory is that women tend to watch softer porn. So that brings us to a bigger topic. What is soft porn versus hard porn? Soft porn, also known as softcore, focuses on the suggestion of sexual acts rather than the actual act itself. It might sometimes show some nudity, but it doesn't focus on the genitalia or explicit sexual acts. It tends to be more artistic, softer lighting, storylines, romantic undertones, whereas hard porn, on the other hand, leaves nothing to the imagination. It focuses on graphic depictions of sexual acts, genitalia, fetishes, often without emphasizing the relationship, faces, or even kissing. The Cambridge University study didn't specify what kinds of porn participants were watching. If women tend to watch more softcore porn and men tend to watch more hardcore porn, then that might explain the differences in effects. But let's also discuss other reasons that people are turning to porn. Let's talk about the curiosity and educational purposes. Porn is not reality. Most of porn doesn't aim to portray realistic sexual experiences. It often features heavily edited or unrealistic body types and things that can be only achievable by surgery. So for example, you might see people with triple D breasts and 5% body fat. Porn also often features scenarios that are unhealthy, illegal, or taboo. One of the top 5 porn searches worldwide is, drumroll, stepmother and stepsister, which are examples of how porn plays off of taboos. And while it might also allow people to explore sexual fantasies without shame, it should not be mistaken as realistic or a guide for pleasing partners. For instance, the Journal of Sex Research examined over 300 popular porn videos and reported that 25% of scenes portrayed female orgasms compared to 78% showing male orgasms. This is what we call the orgasm gap. Furthermore, a study in the British Journal of Criminology analyzed popular pornographic videos and found that approximately 1 in 8 titles had sexual violence. Another study in the Journal of Sex Research reported that 88% of scenes depicted physical aggression. However, studies showed that real-life preferences show that most people do not find violence arousing or desirable in their sexual experience. I could go on and on about research on pornography use, but I hope now that you understand why I said it depends when asked if porn is safe. There are many different types of porn and many reasons why people choose to watch it. But my goal for you is to be informed about its effects and impacts on your sexual health and mental health. With that, it's time for our activity. First, you'll be determining the difference between porn and reality. And then we're going to have peer discussions in groups about topics like the orgasm gap, consent, and porn's impact on the brain. Ready to get started?